Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into an absolutely incredible journey. We're going to trace the path of the human mind, moving from the anxious, overthinking personal self that, let's be honest, we're all a bit too familiar with, all the way to a state of boundless, universal awareness. It's essentially a roadmap of the mind, one that philosophers, mystics, and now modern neuroscientists have been trying to map out for centuries.
But before we go anywhere, we really have to start with the ultimate mystery. Think about it. We've mapped out the entire observable universe, we've measured practically every single neuron in the human brain, we've even trained machines to think and speak, and yet we still cannot explain this one fundamental question. Why does it feel like anything to be you? Why is there a little person inside your head experiencing reality through time? It's literally the most ordinary thing in the world, yet it's the deepest mystery of human existence.
Okay, Section 1. The familiar states, waking, dreaming, and sleep. Let's get right into it. So for the vast majority of us, this daily three-step cycle, falling into deep sleep, transitioning into the realm of dreaming, and eventually waking up, well, it's assumed to be the absolute totality of human consciousness. We just cycle through these three states over and over again, assuming that's the whole shebang. That's all awareness is meant to do. But as you're about to see, we are barely scratching the surface here. This is just the shallow end of the pool. Let's start at the very baseline, deep sleep. According to neuroscience, in this state, your brain drops to a slow, restorative delta rhythm. We're talking pulsing at less than 4 cycles per second. At this point, the entire outside world dissolves. The self completely vanishes into this kind of temporary annihilation. And yet, paradoxically, a tiny seed of awareness remains. Something in there knows that nothing is happening, which is exactly why you're able to wake back up.
Moving up from that void, we enter dreaming. Now, this is a truly fascinating realm because your mind acts as both the creator and the inhabitant. Your physical senses shut down completely, but your brain just floods with emotion and imagination. Without any physical boundaries or laws of physics, your mind is rehearsing this incredible act of constructing an entire reality completely from within itself. Inside a dream, every face you see, every word you hear, it's literally just your own mind speaking back to you.
Moving on to Section 2, Waking Life, a Heavy Burden.
So you open your eyes, and neuroscience identifies a system called the default mode network as the primary engine rendering this waking reality. It processes billions of signals, taking total chaos and sorting it into recognizable patterns. Essentially, it constructs the ongoing narrative of you right at the center of the universe. But for the naturally curious person or the deep thinker, this network often becomes an incredibly noisy trap. In this waking state, the intellect can so easily spiral into a heavy burden. Instead of just, experiencing life, you fall into this endless self-surveillance. You dissect every single thought. You constantly analyze where your emotions are coming from. Or, we've all been there, you're up at 2 a.m. replaying an awkward interaction you had at the grocery store 5 years ago. Rumination completely replaces action. And the present moment just slips away because your mind is operating like a prison guard, constantly watching yourself but never actually living.
Which brings us to Section 3, The Silent Witness, Awareness Awakens.
This is where we see a complete shift in our mental posture. We move away from the anxious, critical surveillance of the everyday waking state and step into the quiet, peaceful observation of what's called transcendental consciousness. It's literally the difference between constantly, exhaustingly auditing your life and simply witnessing it in absolute peace.
And this absolutely isn't just poetry. It is hard biology. Scientifically speaking, when we look at the EEG readings of advanced meditators entering the state, the brain's chaotic left and right hemispheres, which usually fire completely independently and chaotically, they actually begin to synchronize. Their electrical signals line up like a symphony of musical instruments playing the exact same frequency, plunging the brain into this profound, incredible stillness.
Now, for centuries, the philosopher Renee Descartes famously believed that our existence was fundamentally tied to our ability to think. I think, therefore I am, right? It's a foundational idea of Western philosophy, rooting our entire identity squarely in our intellect.
But this beautifully illustrates exactly where Descartes got it wrong, because in transcendental consciousness, the endless stream of thought goes entirely quiet. The thinking completely dissolves. And yet, your pure observing awareness, that feeling of I am, remains completely intact. You suddenly realize you were never the thoughts to begin with. You are simply the silent space in which those thoughts appear.
Section 4. Stepping into the cosmic outer. Inner and outer coexist.
So what happens when you bring that profound inner silence out into the everyday world? Well, you enter what mystics call cosmic consciousness. In this state, inner stillness directly meets outer reality. You achieve a continuous meta-awareness. You still walk, talk, go to work, and feel emotions, sure, but you are no longer completely swept away by them. You've become both the actor on the stage and the spectator in the audience. Suffering and pain might still arise, but they happen within this larger, unbroken awareness that gives you an absolutely unshakable calm.
And eventually, that quiet witness just overflows. This inevitably deepens into what is termed God consciousness. And wow, this is a breathtaking shift. That neutral, silent observer from the previous level suddenly floods with profound devotion and love for the living universe. Every tree, every breath, every mundane interaction you have suddenly feels imbued with a sacred intelligence.
Neuroscientists can actually track this profound shift as highly synchronized gamma activity in the brain. What's mechanically happening is that the sensory and emotional centers of your brain begin to merge together. This creates a highly refined perception where the line between the perceiver and the perceived softens. You aren't just feeling love for the world anymore, you are literally seeing the world through love. Compassion becomes completely effortless because everything just feels like an extension of yourself.
Moving to the final stage, Section 4, Unity and the Return, the Final Destination. This is unity consciousness, the absolute peak. Here, the final boundaries completely collapse. The distinction between inside and outside, mind and matter, observer and observed, it all vanishes. The drop becomes the ocean, and yet somehow it remains a drop. You finally realize that you are simply the universe experiencing itself in a boundless, eternal present. We so often think of these 7 levels of consciousness as this really difficult ladder we have to painfully climb, right? We think it requires endless striving and effort to reach the top. But in reality, actually, scratch that. It's not a ladder at all. It is a circle. It's a beautiful, inevitable return to a source that we never truly left to begin with. We start in the darkness of deep sleep, unaware of awareness, and we end in the brilliant light of unity, realizing everything is made of that exact same awareness. Which leaves us with this incredible, provocative truth to take away from our explainer today. We spend so much of our waking lives trapped in our own heads. We're searching for meaning, we're searching for peace, searching for enlightenment somewhere out there in the world. But what if it was never hidden? What if the pure, infinite awareness you have been desperately searching for has simply been looking through your eyes this entire time?